A public affair, a dramatic divorce, and a publicist with a foot fetish? Donald Trump and Marla Maples' relationship sparked a tabloid frenzy. But what happened after the dust settled? Donald Trump and Marla Maples married in 1993, but the marriage only lasted 4 years.
I think you always hope in a marriage that you can bring out the best in each other, but after many years, we realized we weren't.
The couple split in 1997, with Trump pursuing his now-wife, Melania. Maples was left a single mom to their daughter, Tiffany Trump, and the child support payments Maples received were little in comparison to what Trump's other children got. But even without the extra support, Maples was determined to do her best with what she had. According to People, Maples and Tiffany moved to California to escape the pressures of New York and the long shadow cast by the Trump name there.
I wanted to sort of get away from the spotlight a bit and have a chance to have a real good mommy-daughter time where she could discover really who she is.
It was there that Maples was able to become the mother she wanted to be. She enrolled Tiffany in classes and sports, opportunities meant to help Tiffany discover herself. Maples admitted that becoming a single mom wasn't ideal, but she always stepped up so that Tiffany could get what she needed.
I was always working hard and there as a mom, but I always had to work.
Maples told People, her father wasn't able to be there with day-to-day skills as a parent. He loves his kids, there's no doubt, but everything was a bit of a negotiation. Allowing Tiffany the space to grow into her own seems to have worked. The two appear to be close, and Tiffany values her upbringing. She told People, "She wanted me to have a chance to have a normal childhood, as normal as possible. I think that she did well in that." While Tiffany might have had a taste of normality, her mother was emerging from a media firestorm. When Maples and Donald Trump began dating in the 1990s, Trump was still married to Ivana Trump. And with their affair came negative publicity. Wanting to protect herself from bad press and aggressive paparazzi, Maples hired publicist Chuck Jones to go to battle for her. However, their relationship quickly crumbled when he turned out to be an enormous creep. It turned out that Jones had been stealing Maples' footwear and hiding them in his office. According to the New York Post, when Jones was arrested in 1992, he had stashed 70 pairs of Maples shoes, with which he admitted to having a so-called sexual relationship. He eventually took a plea deal and was sentenced to probation. He was also ordered to have no contact with Maples and Tiffany Trump. Despite that order, he didn't avoid them forever. In May 2012, Jones was once again arrested and this time sentenced to a few months in jail for sending Maples harassing emails. Sent during the spring, the emails were as weird as you might expect. He wanted Maples to, quote, choke on an Easter bunny, which she thankfully did not do. Eventually, Maples set out to tell her own story. After their move to California, Maples let the dust settle from her divorce. Then she began testing the boundaries of the NDA clause within their prenup. According to the New York Times, as early as 2000, Maples was shopping around a memoir that was officially announced by HarperCollins titled All That Glitters Is Not Gold. Maybe Maples herself felt it wasn't the right time, or perhaps Donald pressured her not to release it. Either way, it was never published. In 2002, an official statement from HarperCollins said that the author and publisher mutually agreed not to publish the book. That was Maples' first attempt to go public with her story, but it wasn't her last. In 2016, as Donald was ramping up his first successful presidential campaign, there were rumors once again of Maples wanting to put out a tell-all. According to Page 6, this iteration was going to be titled It's About Time and was set to be published by Reagan Arts. However, the project was scrapped. Trump and his lawyers reportedly demanded that the book be sanitized or pulled completely. And according to Vanity Fair, it might have been more than just Donald doing the bullying. An inside source claimed that Donald and his daughter Ivanka Trump forced a meeting at Trump Tower where they ganged up on Maples. Regardless of who was behind the effort, the book was never published.